Hello everyone and welcome to another live protocol video. So on this video I'm going to continue the series into compatibility between the MBTI types and if they are even able to be compatible with each other. So this video is going to be focusing more specifically on the introverted and extroverted versions of the same types, like INFJ with ENFJ, for example, INTJ with ENTJ, and also if two people of the same type, if they can be compatible, like ENTP with ENTP, ESFP with ESFP, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you love the show.
Are MBTI types compatible? Welcome to part 2 in the series about compatibility between MBTI types. In this video we are going to focus on two main topics. The first topic we are going to talk about is the case of introverted and extroverted versions of the same type. The second topic is, two people of the same type. Let's begin. Are the introverted and extroverted versions of the same type compatible? On paper this is probably the match with the less friction we can find in terms of compatibility, because they share the same functions, just in reverse order. For example, ISFP has FI, SC, NI, TE, ESFP has SE, FI, TE, NI. Meaning their values are very similar, and that is probably one of the most important aspects you need, in order to succeed in a relationship of any kind. But we all know the eternal narrative about the struggles between extroversion and introversion. The levels of energy are completely different, while extroverts have a surplus of energy, and need constant engagement with the outside world and other people. Introverts have a much more limited supply of energy, they prefer the company of one or two close friends, and prefer to spend the majority of their time indoors. There's not much more to say about it, countless articles have been written on the matter, they are simply wired differently, and over time relationships become overbearing for both parties. Relationships between introverts and extroverts require large amounts of concession by both parties, or it just won't work. What about people that share the same type? They share every function. How in the world are they not compatible? The problem that occurs with relations between people of the same type is that they start to lose integrity as they get deeper, or become too competitive. People of the same type can maintain relations, mostly friendships, but just at surface level, or very shallow ones. Equal types will clash with each other when both believe they are right, both will use the same methods, ways, or mental weaponry to prove they are right. TE will always use TE arguments to win, FE will use FE arguments to win, and so on and so forth. Without a different approach, scope, or lens to see the problem through different perspectives, they will come to a standstill. There's no clear winner, not in a required absolute way. It's an agree to disagree situation, creating the proposition that two separate truths can exist for the same thing, but that is impossible. There can never be two objective truths about the same subject matter. If someone says the sky is blue, and the other says the sky is pink, only two outcomes are viable. In the first case, both agree one of them is wrong, and the other is right, the truth is found there, and conflict is disarmed, no hard feelings. Or in the second case, both of them agree they are both wrong, and conflict is disarmed, no hard feelings. But what can never happen, is both being right, not to be confused with different interpretations, or opinions, or different layers of the same thing. What happens when two people of the same type disagree? They both believe they are right, because they are both operating within the same parameters, or the same cognitive functions. Without external factors to consider alternative views and solutions to the problem, they reach an impasse. Imagine a person fighting against their own clone. When conflict cannot be resolved in an absolute way, it opens up space for resentment, and that seed of resentment grows over time. As more disagreements happen, more fuel keeps being added to the fire, and the stronger that resentment becomes. Now for more superficial friendships, more directed towards simple fun, or surface level, absolutely, the same type is a great match. I love sci-fi, obviously, I would enjoy spending time watching sci-fi, talking about it, dissecting the plots with someone who thinks and is interested in the same things that I am. But it ends there. When disagreements emerge, is when the problems begin. Not to mention that individuals from the same type do not help each other grow, quite the opposite, they promote stagnation and stunt growth, but that's a story for another time. I apologize if I'm painting a very grim picture, but I have good news, it doesn't have to be like that. Listen, human beings didn't come with a manual, we are learning as we go. But for us to really understand each other, we have to be willing to ask and answer the hard questions. That is the only way we can work towards improving the state of things. At the present moment, I believe people not to be compatible, and the only way to bridge the gap and bring people closer to a mutual understanding, is by realizing that we are indeed incompatible. Even the most maternal/paternal function, FE, pushes its own agenda. And by that I mean, anything that undermines or challenges the well-being or harmony between people, is going to be met with resistance. We all need to know what role we play, our strengths and weaknesses, as well as the strengths and weaknesses of others. Only then we can start our journey towards compatibility.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.